Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're outdoors again because we're reviewing something different. It's not necessarily an e-bike, it's actually categorized as a moped or electric moped. This is the Mangosteen M1P, and as you can see it has this striking chopper bike look to it. It's very sturdy and it has all the features to make people believe you're actually riding a chopper, like a gas tank, footrests, big beefy front forks, and of course big brakes. This model actually features a 2000 watt electric motor, or 2 kilowatts. The battery is 60 volts, and the claimed range for this by the manufacturer is actually up to 100 kilometers. Because the build quality is so beefy, it can actually support 200 kilograms of rider load. It has 14-inch front wheels and 13-inch rear wheel, and in the package with this bad boy you get a certificate of conformity so that you can actually legally register it as an e-moped. That's going to be your responsibility, of course, and you have to check your local laws and regulations. But in the specific country we're in right now, you can actually drive this with a B driver license or an AM, the one for mopeds. The maximum speed on this bad boy is 45 kilometers an hour, to comply with local regulations, of course. It provides 120 Newton meters of torque, and it charges pretty fast in up to 5 or 6 hours with the included 5 amp hour charger. And of course, because it's electric, it can actually go up inclines of up to 30 degrees without any issues. The whole length of this e-moped is 2.1 meters, so it's not as small as a regular e-bike, but it's definitely smaller than a regular chopper bike. And if we take a look at the controls, it has everything you would expect from an actual motorbike, complete with turn signals or hazards, a high beam and a low beam, of course turn signals, and a horn. This is not a lightweight bike or moped. It actually weighs 81 kilograms, so it's best if you have a friend help you assemble it. It comes mostly pre-assembled, but you'll need to do a bit of putting together for it to reach this final state.
The package it came in, it's pretty big. On top we see the certificate of conformity and a bunch of other accessories. And I must say, this bike came packaged really well. After we take the box apart, we see that everything is wrapped nice in plastic to be protected. First thing we're gonna do is install the handlebars. For that we remove the top part of the stem and then install it in reverse. Next, we need to attach the front wheel, which is super big and beefy, as you can see. First step is to spread apart the brake pads, and then this is a bit finicky, but we got it done in the end to install the front wheel on the axle. We then remove all the plastic packaging, verify that the battery is connected correctly, and that's about it.
I really like that right in front of me we have the battery readout, so you always know how much juice you have left. We have a speedo in kilometers per hour, an odometer to tell you how much the bike actually rode its entire life, and once we actually use the turn signals or the high beams and the low beams, you'll see that in the displays right here. It's also nice to see that we have reservoirs up here for the brakes. If they ever need to be bled and the air is coming out through the reservoir, you can just easily top them up, and we have a nice engraving here saying only use .3 or .4 for the brake fluid. Mangosteen did a really good job putting this together. The forks actually work pretty well, and there's ample space for me to have my legs up on the stands or even keep them right here where the battery pack is. That's inside this bad boy. It's a 1.8 kilowatt hour pack, again at 60 volts. And to install this, all you have to do really is just slide it in here, open the weatherproof flap here, attach the cable, and just press it in place. And with the cable connected, we also see that we have a breaker right here that can actually permanently cut off power to the bike in case you need to isolate the battery for whatever reason. The top lid is super easy to install. You just slide it in place. It needs to click down, and after you clip it down, you just lock it with the same key you used to turn the e-bike on. Right above the battery, we have the charging port, and as you can see, it's the same interface as the battery, so you could charge the battery through here while it's installed, or if you want to take it in your house and charge it there, as you saw, you just remove the orange cable and take the battery pack with you. This rubber is super soft, which is gonna help insulate this connector from water or any kind of weather elements that the bike might find itself into. The rear fender and the whole rear aesthetic actually makes you think it's a chopper bike, and the twist throttle only adds to that. Of course, we have mirrors, so you see what's behind us, and most importantly, always wear a helmet when you're about to drive one of these. So, speaking of which, we put up the kickstand because it actually has a sensor that will not allow the e-bike to start moving if you have the kickstand down, and we can start going for a ride. So let's go. First impressions is that this is actually quite comfortable, and especially since this is not a paved road, it's actually kind of a dirt road. It's super easily to maneuver it, as you saw right around that puddle. The front forks and the rear suspension is actually doing a pretty good job of keeping me comfortable and absorbing most of these bumps. And let's turn around right here. And that gives us an occasion to check out the turning radius, which honestly, for a big bike like this, or moped, it's pretty good. I could do a 3-point turn, no problem. And going these low speeds actually gives me a chance to tell you that the throttle is pretty nice. You can actually modulate it very well. And because this is an electric bike, the throttle response is instantaneous. Whee! Of course, as I said before, the maximum speed is capped at 45 kilometers an hour. And another good occasion to do a turn, also on some gravel, and that was no problem. I could turn the bike around without any issues. And let's go again. Woo, it has some power. Yeah. And let's also do a brake test. It can actually stop pretty good. I'm impressed by the amount of braking force this has. Although, as you can see, we're not on a paved road, it's more like gravel. It had no problem stopping when I needed to. And the brakes are super nice and responsive. They're not spongy at all. They have a very good and positive end stop, so you can actually modulate them exactly how much you want. Let's do some more riding. Maneuverability is really good. And honestly, I really enjoy riding this. I have to apologize in advance for the wind, but we can't really control the weather, can we? So let's turn around again. Again, 3-point turn. Super easy. And starting from a stop can be a bit tricky until you get used to the throttle response and how much throttle you actually need to give it for it to start moving. But in the end, I don't really see an issue with this. And let's back it up because that's full of mud. So let's go again on the left side and let's start slow. And as you can see, it has no problem starting slow if you need it to. Again, really comfortable ride. Easy to maneuver, easy to move around these potholes. And altogether, just an enjoyable ride. And the best part about this is, although I don't have a motorcycle license, I do have a B license, which includes the AM for mopeds. So I can legally ride this in the country I'm at, as long as I register it, get a license plate, and an insurance. And of course, this is gonna depend on your country, but here, insurance for mopeds is really, really cheap. So this is not even gonna cost that much to insure over the year. And because it's electric, the cost of you going 100 kilometers with this is probably gonna be around 1.5 euros. So it's extremely economical on your wallet if you wanna use this to commute or just ride around town.
Of course, we have low beams, high beams, because these are needed to comply with the local regulations.
One more thing I really appreciate about this is they actually give you a physical set of keys that, just like on a real motorbike, you put in the ignition and you have to turn to actually turn on the bike. One more thing that's really nice to be included is an actual phone holder that is adjustable. So you can actually have your phone with you when you're riding in case you want maps, directions, anything like that. The bike also comes with a set of 2 remotes that you can actually use to lock the bike, unlock it, turn on the alarm in case you forgot where you parked it, and the fact that they give you 2 of them is really helpful, of course, in case you lose one. And as with any chopper, this is supposed to be a really comfortable ride. And the seat is actually super cushiony, providing that comfort for your ride. Again, I really appreciate the aesthetics on the rear with the brake light, the turn signals, and the big beefy chopper-like rear wheel. We also have suspension down here, which again contributes to the comfortable ride of this E-Moped.
Another thing that is appreciated is the fact that they give you a full license plate holder, the mandatory reflectors on the back, and of course the brake light to make this road legal.
So after spending a day with a Mangosteen M1P, I must say it's super fun. For an E-Moped that you don't need to have a specific license for, just the regular car license, that can be actually insured and put on the road legally in most of the countries in Europe, because again it comes with a certificate of conformity, this is a very, very cool gadget. And the price is not that bad either. And the fact that they offer free shipping with all the purchases of these is an added bonus. Now, if this got you curious, there's gonna be links down in the video description where you can check out the M1P, all the other models from Mangosteen. As always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more tech videos like this one, and I'll see you next time.